Hello. Well, if it isn't Mr. Ryan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jordan?
Good. We just got finished doing our first matinee of the day. Today is Sunday, as you guys can see, and we have one more show left, and it's Mike Ryan's last show. So,
My final show?
yeah,
My
look
last
who
one?
decided to show up. It's Chazzy. You can't really see him,
Buttons.
but it's Chazzer.
Buttons.
Buttons. All right. So obviously, I do this with everyone, so you know the
I'm a
drill.
big fan.
Everyone's gonna ask you. Got some questions for you, and everyone. Here we go.
Okay.
What was your favorite stop on tour so far?
My favorite stop on tour? I have a few. The long sit-downs were great. I loved Chicago last year at Christmas time. Loved San Francisco was amazing.
How was Toronto? David brought up Toronto when I asked him this.
Toronto wasn't my favorite, but I still had a great time. Still had a great time. It wasn't my favorite, but I still had a good time there. And that was a long sit down,
Yeah,
so
it was
that
very
was
long.
fun. And I also loved Tampa, funny enough. I had a
Tampa was
great
nice.
time in
It
Tampa.
was really, really warm. I enjoyed
Warm,
it.
and I loved the pool.
All right. Oh yeah, the pool
The pool
was
was
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice? You went to college, right? You went to
I did.
Pace.
Pace University.
What do you have? Do you have any advice for people in college trying to seek out a job in professional acting and singing and theater as such?
When I first started school, my professor said, if you can picture yourself doing anything else, maybe give that a shot because going into theater is so difficult. And I think that's a good piece of advice because it is. It's a very difficult field to get into. But if it's your passion and it's what you love to do and you work hard for it, it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of dedication. And you believe in yourself, then absolutely you can make it happen. So I guess my advice would be to work for it. Don't expect things to come to you. You go after them and you put the effort in and you have the passion for it.
Yeah, you got to be
You
hungry.
should be. You
That's
gotta
what
be
my mom-
hungry.
that's
You
what my
gotta
mom
be
says.
hungry and you
If
gotta love
it's not
it.
what you like, then like it's not going to work out. You have to be hungry for it,
You have
and
to
you're going
be
to have to
hungry
want
for
it. Thank you for that. Third question: what is your favorite musical? We all know that you're really, really into your musicals, just like
Oh.
Jeff Heimbrock and Morgan
I am.
Freeman. So
I am a
let's hear it.
musical. My favorite musical of all time, I think, is actually I probably could never be in it either, but I love A Chorus Line. Chorus Line is one of my favorite musicals, always has been. Yeah, I think A Chorus Line is probably my number one. I mean, I love a whole bunch of different shows for different reasons, but that one. And so to work
Just
with
hits
Michael
home.
Gorman
Yeah.
is like
That's-
unreal.
Yeah.
And to hear his stories, that has been just such an incredible part of this journey. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next question. You and Stephen Langton have been friends for a while now, right?
Yeah.
How is it being reunited with such a good friend?
It was unbelievable. I remember we had a layoff after Toronto, correct? It was after
Yeah.
Toronto, we had a layoff. And I went back and I was hanging out with Steven. We were just chilling. And he was like, I have a callback for your show. And I was immediately like, oh my God, if you got this, I'd freak out. And all of a sudden, I got the call that he got it. And
It was a dream come true.
it was a dream come true. And then going on as Jack with him as Davey has been one of the coolest and just such a special experience for me to be playing against someone who I love so much and who I'm so close to and have watched grown as a person and performer, and he's watched me grow. It was a very, very cool experience, something I'll never forget.
That's nice. It was very, very similar with me and Sky when.
Oh my
I found out
God,
that
of
Sky got
course.
it. It was so cool.
You
All right.
cringe kids.
Next one. So we all know here at Newsy Square that you're in love with what is that? Dunkin' Donuts.
I know, and here I am drinking Starbucks.
I know, right? Traitor.
Traitor.
So which Dunkin' Donuts on tour has been your favorite? No, I'm joking.
Well, actually,
But if
the
you got
one in Schenectady when our first stop, it was like a short walk from the hotel, and I used to walk there, and I still didn't really know anyone super well. Like we hadn't
Yeah.
formed relationships, so walking to that Dunkin' Donuts and seeing people along the way, or asking, "Do you want to go there before we have to take the bus over to the theater?" Because we used to have to bus to the theater.
Oh yeah, old
Um,
school.
Was old school,
Ooh,
baby.
I remember
Back when we
those
had
days.
to bus to the theater. I loved that one, I think, because I kind of got to know people walking down the street
Yeah.
and seeing them come from Dunkin'. Or
Yeah.
And I don't want to brag, but I have a few locations in New York City where if I walk in, maybe not now because I've been away for so long, but a few locations that know my order. If I walk right in, they'll be like,
Ooh, look at you being a regular.
Large ice French vanilla,
Regular.
milk and sugar.
All right.
I try to be regular with it.
Last final question. How do you feel about Jordan Samuels?
Oh God. No. How do I feel about Jordan Samuels? I think he is one of the sweetest people I've ever met, but also one of the biggest goons I've ever met in my entire life. He makes me smile and roll my eyes on a daily basis.
Thanks.
Love you, Jordan.
So
Love
lucky
you,
now.
Jordan, my baby. My baby.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you, Jordan.
Everyone here is going to miss you. All the fans here are going to miss you.
I'm going to miss everyone so much.
This last show is going to be a blast, and this is for you. And I hope to see you around in the city.
Oh, you
I
will.
remember that one day I got off the subway, like first day of rehearsals,
You were like,
and I didn't know your name yet, but we got off at the same stop, and I was like, "What is his name?" I mean, I don't
we're
want.
like walking.
Yeah,
we
I don't
live
want
next door to each
I don't
other.
want you to like turn around and see me like following you or anything. So it was very, very weird. But I was
Oh my
like,
God.
God, he lives
I probably
near
was
me.
just beaming. I was probably beaming like, dreams come true. I'm in Newsy. How
Yeah.
does this happen?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
And thanks to everyone who
Yeah.
watches this. And
I'm gonna miss you. We're all gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you guys so much.
Pound it. Thank you, Mike Ryan.
I love you.
Bye bye.
Bye.